So, Toby, are you familiar with the concept of being a Renaissance man? A Renaissance man.
You mean by Renaissance? What do you mean?
So basically, it's like a man that is well-rounded. So, so some people have this idea that just get rich, and if you're rich, girls flock to you.
I mean,
Some people say, just have the body, and with the body they flock to you.
I'll say there's the fact that everything we need to know, we've been told.
Mm-hmm.
They'll tell you that money does not buy happiness, but like money is also not everything.
Mm-hmm.
They've said it to us multiple times, but like people want to have the money first.
Let's have the money first, then we can tell you.
The money first, then
we can tell you whether it's everything or not.
Exactly. But it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to prepare your mind for it. Like you want it, but it is not what you are living for. Money is not anybody's purpose.
Yeah, okay.
So you still have to find yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of being a well-rounded man, you have to know who you are.
Yeah,
you have to build your habits.
Your relationships are on point. Your money is on point. Your body is on point. Your mind is on point. I feel that's like the summary of being a Renaissance man. So it's not a case where you have like the body, you don't have the money. Or
you have the body and you have the money, but you don't have the mind.
Yeah, your mind is messed up.
You could have made your money off anything. It doesn't have to be something smart.
I saw a phrase where you can have the body of a 30-year-old and the mind of a 10-year-old. That thing hits me hard.
Yes. No, a
lot of these guys,
people are adults.
I am experiencing that thing with a man that is 50. He's grown, but the way he talks, if he says the guy is 18, I mean, if he can type out his thoughts, process
and give someone
to read it,
and be like,
you assume this guy is like
speculate.
18. Assume he's 18. So there are two things that I've noticed about this guy. I'm sorry, but I may be wrong. He's one, the last born. Two, he only has sisters. Now, I'm not saying that last borns are men and only have sisters are wrong, but I'm like, I feel like they may have injected a lot of thought process and treated him as a small boy all through his years, and he never just grew mentally.
I honestly don't know how people don't grow mentally, because life is long. You can't tell me you are twice my age and you've not been bored enough to sit down with your own thoughts for once, like you were comfortable all your life, or you were just clueless.
So that's what I think it is. I feel like those cases where maybe they probably programmed him.
They just know.
That's when they probably programmed him. They've put ideas in his head to want to believe certain things, and like he has no choice because they put it in his head. Like I see. So okay, sorry. Let's digress a little bit and talk about say the dating scene. I feel like the reason most dating advice does not work is because the foundation now has not been taken care of. Guys, we'll have to go on a break. We have like a visitor in, so we'll talk later.
Break two. I feel like my sweat is spreading.
Spreading.
I swear.
And the place is still kind of like heated up.
Then the shirt is easily.
Yeah, it's soaked and it's dripping down. Like
the color changes.
Pretty obviously.
Yes.
Oh, I completely get you. So we're talking about the Renaissance man. And I think again, so I'm just like base my content on say, men, if you fix yourself, automatically everything falls in place. So for example now is a lot of men don't take the time to study the female body. So it's like they want to like have ABC sex. Now it's time for the sex, and then they really don't know what to do. They just believe in just pump and dump. And when you see a guy who is doing it well, you really can't blame him because he's playing the game right. So then I feel like I'm looking for ways to like pass the message that guys need to figure out how to play the game well.
But is it all about knowing the female body parts?
No, it's just for just one aspect of life. There are other aspects of life.
No, not about being a well-rounded man in sex now.
So okay.
There's more to sex than just understanding the female body. You still have to understand yourself, control yourself.
Yeah, obviously that's. So then again, at the end of everything, it's more about self mastery. Is what I think every guy should know about properly. Self mastery should be like a serious topic for almost all guys. Yeah, self mastery. That's how I see it. At the end, because most guys can control themselves, and we should talk about that part of discipline. Yeah, it's easier to be, it's easier to not be disciplined because discipline takes effort,
Discipline takes effort.
and then
Discipline in two aspects, like two contexts.
okay,
Is either training yourself to do stuff that is right,
okay.
or
When you say right, do you mean something that you think has a reward?
like
'Cause I believe it's subjective.
no, right and wrong is subjective.
Okay, in most cases.
Yes. So like discipline in the sense that when your parents wants to discipline you now, is do this, this is bad, this is good. Like there are already stated laws. Then there's discipline in that context. Like train yourself to know right from wrong.
Okay.
Then there's the discipline, like training yourself to do the hard things, even especially when you don't want to do them.
Okay. Building willpower.
Yes,
Okay.
that's like the discipline most men should learn.
So, why do you think they haven't learned it?
Because you have to do what you don't want to do. It's easier to just say fuck this and not do it.
It was like in life, the negative things are the easiest to do.
Thing is, the mind. I like to believe that the mind has this feels safe. When you tell a mind something negative, the mind tries to find a positive end to it somehow, in the sense that, like, when you tell a child that you cannot play around in sand, like the child is
Okay.
doing it and it's having fun, and you're telling him he cannot do it or he should not do it, he's doing it and he's having fun, you are only limiting him or restricting him. He would always want to do it. So when you say don't do this thing, you are saying don't do it and you're saying it is bad. Why is it bad?
I'm not entirely sure I get your thought process there, but if I'm going to get you right, are you saying that the mind likes to do things that it's told not to do?
Basically.
That's life.
Yes. So in this sense, now you're learning to do stuff that you find hard to do consciously.
Okay. I think now I get you. Okay. So it's easier to do things that degenerate or things that are not in your favor in the long run.
Things that don't demand focus, things that don't ultimately reward you, because you're having fun right now already. You're already getting the reward. That's what going out is. Catching cruise.
I kind of like think I have that. So bringing it back to for every action is an equal and opposite reaction. So I have this thought in my head where I say there's a price for suffering and there's a consequence for enjoyment. But the things that we think we enjoy comes at a cost, and the things that we suffer for comes with a result. Like working towards your goal is sort of suffering till you get to that goal.
Yes.
Excess drinking, I would say drinking in general, to be very, very frank, is that our bodies are very forgiving. So you could drink now, your body forgives you for what you just drank. You smoke, it forgives you. It doesn't forgive you at the only point it will not forgive you is when you
Overdo it.
overdo it. And it says that, oh, I see you're looking for trouble, right?
I'm not going to fix it again.
I won't fix it again. Or it doesn't yet healed, you're bringing it back. It does not yet healed, So that constant nature of, so that will put you in a loop of constant enjoyment, which you're not seeing the consequences right now. But your body tells you, come, I think you've had enough.
You can't do this
Can't
again.
do this again. And then it begins to pick up all sorts of diseases from different
Then your
directions.
body gives up on you.
When it gives up on you. And sometimes I see, because I have that story is very near to me. Story of addiction and hedonic pleasures. Just every time, just want to feel happy, joyful. Like I have a friend I'm probably just like over like assisting with addiction withdrawal, and the person was like, I was like, oh, when last did you try out weed? And the person was like 4 or 5 days now. And then the person reached out to me this afternoon and was like, the person considered, I'm trying not to put the gender here intentionally. That's that I'm saying the person. And the person was like, oh, I was finding it difficult to sleep today. I almost went back to it. It's because your body has gotten used to it at this moment. Your body has used it as a way of sleeping. So you're getting to the point
You
where
train your body,
you have trained your body. So what I'm working towards is trying to untrain
the habit.
the habit. And then the person says, like I said, she said, oh, 4 or 5 days now, nothing. As compared to before where it was 3 or 4 sticks a day. And one thing I've noticed is that magically the money for those things is always there.
The money, when you want to do something bad, the money will always come.
Like that
That's
is
like one
that
myth-
is
It's
mind-boggling.
one myth I still somehow do not understand why. But like when you want to do something irrelevant, something that doesn't exactly
That's expedient.
serve the future purpose for you, the money is going to turn up.
I said,
But all of a sudden you want to pay for one course online.
it becomes expensive.
You don't know where to find the money.
Magically. So that's what sometimes when that statement of whenever I see that statement of like precisely on content, when someone says, bro, I've not seen you for like a week. And I'm about to say, I don't have time. I say no. Instead, I have messed up. It's what I say. Now I have messed up, but nobody has checked my mess up until this
Person
point.
did.
So it's easy for anybody. That is why I feel like these days I'll be trying this non-judgmental. So if someone says he doesn't have time, but I say, oh, to them is not a priority for
Important.
it. But something is that them too, any habit that somebody is clinging on to, leave them alone because they too will reap what they sow. So it's just like a thought process of not judging anybody for any reason, because in the end, we are all responsible for what happens to us. Oh, what do you think?
Everybody's your life. Now you're on the day.
Life is in your hands. Well, there are people who believe that whatever happens to us in life is sometimes due to society. That is not. It's not really our soul doing. It's not really our handwork.
I mean, people could learn to live better together and care for each other. But like, if you kept providing and showing up for people that are not willing to push their weight, you'll just be enabling them. And
Oh yeah. And that's over time.
Exactly.
Over time, you build up a form of reliance, dependence, entitlement.
yes,
I get.
then in the name of let's not enable them, some people have turned it to let me mind my own business, and some people have turned it to don't even look at them, and nobody cares about anybody honestly anymore.
So which I feel like. So this is it. This is how I see it is. On one part, I see things that I know may not work for somebody. I want to get involved, but then again, you'll be like, the person may not even listen to you. The person may think you're judging them, and then again, there's this. I've noticed that because I'm a very believer in practical spirituality. So, for example, when I look at the Bible, I take out what Jesus said, I try to make it as literal advice. For example, it says thou should not judge anybody, or else we too will be judged. So it's like, so what I've come to say is that he said remove the log of wood from your eye before you just remove the speck from someone else's eye. And some of what that means is we have big problems that are staring us in the face. That if we want to handle someone else's, sorry, when we look at someone's life, you just see only one small aspect of his life. We don't see his full
As
life. As regards to the judgment you want to give. As regards to your own problems. Your own problems are right in your face. But you're only seeing somebody's one aspect of life and thinking that you want to judge the person's entire life on just that small aspect. But that's how I see it. So it's the point where sometimes I feel like, okay, this person is probably overdoing drugs. Yeah, maybe outside of these drugs, maybe they're a better person. But in most cases,
maybe the drugs make them better people.
Maybe, but in most cases, we both know that's not true. But I just use it that, okay, fine. He's all right. He'll be all right.
I mean,
he'll face the consequences.
The results will show that it is not true, but in the present,
that it's not my business to judge.
In the present, they believe they're doing the best thing for themselves. Because there's nobody that is not really looking out for their best interest.
Everyone does what they believe is best for them.
Exactly. So like, would you trying to say, don't do this thing is just like saying, take away the best thing about you.
Yeah, they're saying that we take away this thing. I know you like it, but just take it away. So I think I get that perspective.
Okay,
so,
there's this analogy or scenario from popular Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
You watch Big Bang Theory?
Nah, I don't. I didn't rather.
There's this guy, the Indian guy, Rajesh Kutrapali. He could not talk to women unless he was drunk.
High or drunk?
Drunk.
Okay.
Like, he could be talking to a room with 100 men, but the moment...
With confidence.
Yes, the moment one woman enters and he sees her, his voice disappears. But when he drinks alcohol, he's the smoothest guy in the world.
He's numb. He's numb to anything negative. You can't even I get that point.
Then there was this season. One of them's girlfriend she used to work at a bar. She was working at a bar. She gave him a drink that was non-alcoholic and told him it was alcoholic.
And
so
he
she just played him the placebo effects, pure.
But that placebo effect used to bust my mind.
That's what I'm saying. Everything still boils down to belief.
Yeah, 100%. Practical spirituality, as you believe, so shall it be done unto you. Yeah, I agree with you. Almost everything that happens to us has a frame of reference from our beliefs.
Yes.
And it's just crazy that once in a while we try not to, like, for example, I was thinking of, like I said, any course I'm trying to create, I'm trying to see how I can first of all fix the mindset problem, because I've noticed almost all problems stem from two things: mindset and belief system, or the skills itself.
The skills.
Yeah, or the skills or the ability to actually do it. Like, for example, in any case, is maybe like this person that's trying to cut weed. The person has a belief system of, I have to do weed to eat. I have to do weed to sleep. And that is a belief problem. Some people have the right beliefs, but don't have the skill to achieve what they're trying to achieve. Which is where they have to learn. They have to learn the thing from scratch. So yes, a lot of things that happen to us are based on our belief system heavily. And it's quite a pity that we don't lay so much emphasis on the belief system. I think it's mostly because things like belief systems are very slow to see results in. We live in a world where if you cannot see the result today, we just let it wait first. Let me do what
the world today is seeing is believing, not believing will yield what you see later.
Belief and action will yield the results. Then they kind of like believe that let's see it first. I agree with you. That's why I heard that now men now do surgeries for muscles. I'm like, what?
Nah, down is news to me.
Sorry?
Down is
It's news to you now.
yes.
I heard that last year that there are some injections. Not really like say they will tear you. That's some they will inject the
When you
muscles.
say surgery for muscle,
But it's like a surgical process. But then, I'm not sure they will slice you up, but they will inject you. Which is what like how
with
BBL is.
what like fat
I don't know what it is.
increase your muscle
You see
mass.
some muscles on social media where the hands and chest are like ridiculously out of shape.
Yes, but like why would you do that to yourself?
Which brought back to the same situation where I said this stupid idea that the bigger it is, the better it is. The same way women do the most insane BBLs. The most insane BBLs I think is attractive. It's
Even
like
even when for example, like appearance is even way different from usability. There's people when the thing is people always hail God for being a brilliant engineer.
magnificent.
The body is a wonderful machine.
Absolutely.
So like every part has to work together.
Every part plays a role.
Every part plays a role. So it's not like the bigger your muscle, the heavier you can lift. No. When people want to lift heavy, they'll tell you lift to your back. Your back is important.
Yeah.
It's not just the muscle. You can have the muscle and not have the shoulders to support it. You can.
That alone is even something that I think that's why I'm a very big believer in CrossFit or hybrid training. Because I see a lot of men who are like have good muscles but can't move themselves. Do you know how embarrassing it is because a mindset shift happened to me about me talking to women is that back in this I used to be shy and afraid of women. Now, I think it was 2020, COVID. I was getting better at it. But Samisha is cold approaching. But if I know them through a particular source, I'm good with them. But trying to cold approach and like break the ice, I was very bad at it. So I, 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 I was taking a walk. I saw some cats that were on their own. The mother was there. There were two big cats and like 6 kittens. And then I walked. So while I was walking in Nigeria, we are afraid of cats. We are mentally afraid of cats. A lot of spiritual stories behind it. And then I approached this cat. The 2 big cats ran away. The kittens, 2 ran away, 4 stayed. So I stood there. The kittens that stayed were coming closer to me. I was shaking quite alright. And then before you know it, the 6 kittens came. And like I just tickled them. When I'm tickling one, like some are running away. So it's at that moment I reasoned that, hold on. I am afraid of cats. And cats
are afraid
of me. It's either somebody is mad here, which I don't think is the cat, because they're acting based on their nature. I felt like, okay, hold on. So going back is women do makeup to attract guys like me.
Then run away.
Then I feel no. Then I feel uncomfortable
to approach
them. Like nah. So first of all, it's a mindset thing of okay, fine. The women do makeup to attract me. So you don't have to be tall. You don't have to be really that attractive. It's like more like I reason that you have to be somehow delusional. Delusional in the sense that I don't care. Like if she rejects me because I've been rejected several times.
What's the worst that she could say?
What's the worst?
What does she want to say that you've not heard before?
Exactly. So it's that mindset that you know what? Hold on. So I've approached the point where I've done something that look like simping just to say okay, let her reject me, and she rejects me, and trust me, I don't go back. And then I see them come back, and I'm like, no, I just did that as an experiment to see that rejection.
This is not who I am.
Rejection is not really a bad thing that people make you feel like if you're rejected.
It just shows you what not to do.
Exactly. Or you can almost see it as a way of testing out. Because imagine you're like 30 or 40, you're well made, but you don't know
You
how to
don't know
talk
how
to
to talk to.
you don't know how to talk to
You
women.
now start begging people to introduce. That's a terrible
So
mistake
so
that
so
a lot of people have made. They'll be like, "It's my friend's friend,"
and bro
and
and
they married her.
exactly
They didn't marry her because they know her.
because they
They
know
just
her or
married
they
her
could vet
because
her. Because they believe that the guy who introduced you has done the vetting.
and there's no time to spend getting to know her. So
Yeah, I think I get that belief that the guy who introduced the two of you has done the vetting process. So you just bring your head for slaughtering.
you know,
Yeah, I think I get that point of view. And it's very, very crazy how a lot of men are ignorant to it. So having that mindset change of I am the price and they do their makeup, they dress well to attract me, completely changed the mindset to the point where, like I said, this like, when I approach a girl, like what's the worst
that kind of-
that can happen? I remember the last time, last time I approached a babe in front of OJ, and then I was rejected. But instead of me just going and turning around, I was like, I engaged her in a very brief conversation. I heard she just said she was a computer scientist, that she joined for animations. Then I introduced her to this AI that code, Davin. And before you know it, after she was like, can I get Instagram? I said no. So, okay, so that day I felt like I'd already rejected myself before I went to meet the girl. Because me and OJ were like, I was like, oh my God, my startup is taking a lot of time, a lot from me. I don't think I have time to keep up with this girl. And my guy was like, I hope that's not an excuse for not approaching the babe. I said, like,
Yeah, you went for
I
it.
went for it. But I was rejected, but just calm. Because a lot of things will be going through the girl's head at that moment. Which sometimes has nothing to do with you as a guy. In some cases, like I said, women's brains are like just through the roof, always firing with a lot of ideas, assumptions. Is my hair right?
Scenarios.
Do I smell right? Do I look good? Am I posing well? Then one random guy walks and breaks the entire thought process and
Distraction.
distraction. So it just, or maybe she just lost her dad, lost her husband, and someone's coming in with and she just like this guy is probably just here to
Toast me and
toast me and waste my time.
the usual.
And trust me, a lot of women know the guys who are wasting their time.
Not all of them, no.
A lot no. See, women know what they are doing. So
Women know what they're doing, bro. They are also intelligent. I feel
they are
like
very intelligent. That's the point now.
no, they're also intelligent men. I didn't finish the sentence.
Men.
Yes.
Okay. The guy that will mask and play with that psychology.
Yes, just for plots.
Yeah. I kind of agree with you. I agree with you on that.
Exactly. So like, it still comes down to trust issues.
Okay.
You can't really trust anybody. Every human being, male and female, will end up trying to do whatever is going to serve them.
But yeah, for their best interest. No?
Exactly.
Everyone does what is their best interest. Only very few people think of the collective
So like,
interest.
it makes people not trust people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, instinctively, like, I can't trust you because, like, okay, now you've come to me.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want from me? Guy to a girl. What does guy want from the girl? Okay, she don't reason herself, say, okay, 5 guys we don't toast them last. It's because of her breast or bum bum.
Because
Obviously,
they like what they see. Okay.
That's what brought this guy to her. He could not have heard that she's an
Brilliant.
artist, or wanting that he
Or
wants
a
to approach her about.
skateboardist.
So
Okay, that's the problem. Okay.
she has already. It's like she assumes she knows what you want,
That 9 out of 10 guys came for the same reason.
and the guy already. Some guys too, in the sense that they feel like women feel like they know what guys want. They just go ahead and play along.
You mean the ladies play along?
No, the guys play along. Like, some guys are
Oh,
not.
some guys know what the ladies want.
So they assume that everybody really works based on assumptions. There's this theory that there is at least 100 different versions of you out there in the world.
Is that multiverse?
No,
Okay.
like perspective.
Okay.
Like the you in your head is different from you. Then it's different from the you I think you are. It's different from the you OJ thinks you are. It's different from the you everybody you know thinks you are. Everybody thinks
Okay,
they know you
I
based
think
on
okay.
the fact that they just know you.
Okay, or probably know a percentage of me, a fraction of me.
Exactly. So like
Okay.
there are numerous versions of people out there.
Okay.
So that is why self-mastery is important.
Mm-hmm.
You have to really know yourself
Mm-hmm.
to know how to filter the people that are misinterpreting who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I'm going to approach a girl and she's already I'm not interested. Interested in what?
So please hold on. A break. Okay. So we are back again. I'm sorry, I have like a colleague that keeps walking through the front door. And we have to be sure that he's the one so that we don't get jumped.
It would be a very unfortunate time, I swear to God. I'll just be asking myself why did I not just go?
No, yeah, but the estate is like relatively safe. There are days where I've forgotten to lock my door. And when I just like, it's when I'm going to the gym, I'm like, Like, I just opened the door, I didn't turn the key. Like, okay, so it's safe, don't worry. I just like lock this door just like to make sure that,
Safer.
yeah, before these funny guys in front try to like do something stupid. Okay, so, it is what it is, so we're back. So, when they asked, is it feminism talk? I was like, you guys actually take me to be that person that only speaks about or speaks against feminism or something, because I kind of just feel like
Like I said, there's a version of you
of me.
in every
That everybody thinks.
like most people work based on assumption.
Yeah, and then
So
then they tell you not to assume.
Yes.
Can you imagine? They assume and tell you not to assume what.
So when I try to ask myself why someone does what they do, I have my answer.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's not my
It's
final
an
answer.
assumption.
That was never meant to be the final answer. It's just based on speculation.
Yeah, I get you, and then yeah.
No matter how you want to put yourself in somebody's shoes and think from
Your
their
perspective.
you don't know what is in anybody's head.
100%.
Individuality is the realest thing ever. The amount of thoughts that cross my mind daily, and when I see different faces and I'm like, you just look like this, but like the thoughts in your head are like vast and numerous and like insane.
That brings me to a topic why it first process of one reason why the dating scene is messed up. And hear me out. So is that back in the days, when you want to get married, they didn't have dating before. There was no dating. It's I want to marry this person. And when we get married, that's it. But because then, to increase the chances of success, they will go and investigate the other family to know. They look for things like diseases, for childbearing. They look at things like beliefs and values,
History.
psychological history. They kind of did some deep level of research. But these days, we are completely throwing away that process. Some people forget. Some people don't even investigate where the man or the woman is coming from, and they completely. So one elderly man said that most people barely know themselves, but yet expect the person they get married to know them. And it doesn't mean that, hold on. But actually, back in the days, they will try to know you first deeply and know your family deeply before they even get to like engage in that marriage.
I mean, that's how fixed marriages work now. Like family that they
Arranged
followed
marriage.
up.
No, so that's why it has a very high success rate.
And now they followed up the family. They know what the
They
girl
can-
is supposedly capable
most likely-
of, or what
most
she has been
likely-
cultured into doing.
Yeah.
Like it might not be what she really wants. It might not be who she really is, but like is the lifestyle they've hammered into her, and it's a lifestyle that goes with their vision. So she's definitely the wife for them. That's how it used to work then. But now people just want to.
Yeah, they feel like, don't worry, I'll figure it out along the way.
Along the way, but then they always ignore the important questions.
Yeah.
Imagine I saw something online on Twitter on X last week.
To me, it says Twitter. If you don't believe me, I wonder why people don't call it PHCN or Ikeja Electric. Everybody still calls it NEPA.
Yeah, I just try to keep correcting myself.
Okay.
Someone said something about this being his third or so relationship that genotype is spoiling. Like it's not entirely a first date question, but like it should come along before you guys get serious now.
Yes, before you cross the Rubicon, it should be said. It should be heavily put through.
Yeah, like you guys have been dating for 6 months. You've engaged her.
6 months.
No, all those kind of things. No.
Oh no, that further proves that. So I think what I would blame there, this idea of love, is that I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, but I will ignore the basics because I love you. It's like no matter how emotional you
But
are.
what did you fall in love with? Personality, money, looks.
The surface level things, regardless, those things that people fall in love with are always the surface level. That's why when you want to get married, they go deep into not just about the person's family. They go that deep to know where is this person coming from. Are they healthy in your home? Are they cultured in your home? And then which brings me back to this idea of virginity. So I was researching, why was virginity like a main thing? Yes, apart from the fact that why was it a main thing? Well, why did they try to preserve? Because if you look very well, women too try to preserve their daughters. And why did they try to preserve their daughters? Because that's one thing that would make her stand out from other women in the village or in the setting. When they see a man that they want to capture, that they want to marry to their daughter, if they mention that she's not a virgin, she's a full disqualification. Mama,
Straight up.
as in the other, her neighbor got the laugh, say Almo is like,
I mean, cultures that would spray white bed sheet and come out with white handkerchief that, hey, I met her too. They don't do shit like that. They probably still do in some places.
yeah, they do, but those places are drastically reduced. But my point is that the value of such traditions
Have died down.
have died down, but they serve the purpose. So yes, you might call it arranged marriage, but it has a high level of success compared to this idea of love. So I feel like if to make relationships work today, we have to take what worked in that system and bring it to the system. Like for example, there was a lady who was should I say, she was asking funny online, aka promiscuous and all that. And then after her divorce, a video with her and her mom twerking and all that comes out. And under I see a comment that says, apples don't fall far from the tree. And I said, hold on. That's true. Like you will not go as far back of investigating the entire family line.
Just
But
one
if you just
generation.
look at one generation before her, like for example, is the dad masculine? If you're a masculine man, is the dad masculine? And how did the mother treat that masculinity in the house? If she respected it, there's a high chance the daughters would respect masculinity. But if she did not
And
respect,
look up to.
but if she did not respect masculinity, there's also a high chance that if you're masculine, don't expect that respect back to you. Just expect the fact that the way her mom treated
At that.
her dad is just the same way most likely she's going to treat you if you're like her dad. So I wonder why people would see. Now, I'm not entirely saying that it is correct, but in some cases, it should form a very good basis of judgment. Not just throwing away the things and saying, no, that's in the past. They didn't know, but it worked for centuries.
It was.
Then you were born, what, in the 21st century?
I mean, 20 have gone and come.
20 centuries have gone and come. Then you just felt like, let's just throw this away, and then you figure out how to make it work. It's very interesting. It's a very crazy thought process. That's how I see it. Mind-boggling.
It is.
So I feel I quickly need to go back and research on content I want to shoot tomorrow. I plan to shoot about 14, 15 Instagram reels and 7 long form videos for the week. So okay, you're staying over now.
Is it 30? I will first reach outside.
So guys, basically that's it.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. An unscripted, very random set of videos. I do videos like this just to like express my thoughts process.
Like, subscribe. Sharing is an option, but liking and subscribing is not really an option. I mean, if you watched to this point, you have no reason.
I don't
to
think people watch this point.
Some people do.
I don't think people watch this point. They will just use it as a background noise.
Yeah.
So when I do things like this, is because I know that I'm getting to a point in life where people will go back and say, okay, fine, this guy's been doing this thing for
Well,
years.
you know, this is like a visual memoir, in a sense.
Kind of. It's me documenting my thought process.
Exactly. So that it might not, 100 people might not watch to this point, but there might just be that one random person that will just be like, let me see what this person has to say. I mean, I have all the time in the world and I'm bored of natural content.
No, yeah, I agree with you because the one I did with my junior brother, somebody watched it to the end and I'm like,
I watched it today.
to the end. The one I did with my junior brother.
Yes.
It was one or two. I didn't even complete the rest.
No, I think I watched the one you guys were talking about.
So the bottom line is that I feel like
I don't want to say feminism because it came up in the video.
So apparently just that these days I'm beginning to like, so this idea of every action equal and opposite reaction is that instead of speaking against it, why don't I use it to my advantage? And that completely has shifted my mindset. So when I speak about it, I don't talk on it anymore. That is why I say, if feminist advice works for women, that's good. But in most cases, cases that I see, it doesn't really work out. So maybe I'm wrong.
Or maybe they're doing something wrong and the concept is actually right.
Exactly. I feel
they would not have initiated it if it was meant to not benefit them.
I agree with you. That's why I feel like sometimes we need to separate feminism from feminist. A lot of rubbish is hidden under this guise of empowering women. For example, trying to bring men down, in my opinion, does not make any sense. Like when women say, for example, I was talking to a woman and she was like, we don't need strong men. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't need strong men? For what? So you want to make men weaker? And there is this constant progress movement wanting to make men.
Some people are easily threatened by stoicism. Like, why is this person not moved?
That's a topic that I've been trying to delve for a while. And I've been trying to not do it because I don't know why women are against stoicism.
Like they say, he's not affectionate. No, he has feelings. He's just not reacting to it.
He's keeping them in check. So this idea of wanting to control somebody, and then I remember sometimes when I talk to some ladies and I hear something like when they try to use their card that they were born with. I don't want to mention it, sex card. And I'm like, okay. They're always like, are you sure? Actually, don't want it. I'm like, okay, like, keep it to yourself now. So it's just crazy the way, what do they call it? They are happy to see men weak, happy to see men, they're happy to see men weak. It's just insane. And then again, now, okay, fine. By the time men are weak, what would they benefit from it? Now, I'm not saying that feminism is bad. Like I said, it has brought a lot of good to the world. But when I see a lot of feminists that have bad intentions,
But the thing is,
hide under that umbrella, is where I have a problem with.
one thing is, if men become the suppressed gender, the fact that there are more women than men is going to cause a problem, because it also just fucks against the idea that polyandry should be a thing. Because there will be a lot of women without men, unless women are
So
willing
there's
to share,
they
already don't want to.
polygamy.
The polyandry,
No, but okay, that is multiple men to one woman.
yes.
I feel it's already happening, but I don't think
It happens.
It happens, but I don't think women are really open to that itself.
But
It will be shared by people that they don't want.
there are concepts that they should be able to explore stuff that men have been privileged to explore.
Which is a wrong thinking.
Exactly. So, like, it's going to go against a lot of things, because men wanting multiple women because they could do it, they can afford to do it, they can provide, they can.
They don't see that provision part too. They never see that provision part.
Men can do all these things. So, I mean, what stops a woman that has billions from having trophy husbands? So she just has men in her house doing what?
Giving her, stroking her. And the irony is that the men who will embrace that, I'm not entirely sure it's men that they want in real life and the men that they desire. But like I said, it's different strokes for different folks. But I do not see why feminists. I mean, you see a situation where a feminist now, I can always say, please let's separate feminism from feminists, because there are a lot of the movement is good, but there are a lot of people who hide under that umbrella to just do
Whatever.
a lot of funny things. You see things like men hater, like on your profile. I'm like, and I see guys approaching somebody who says men hater. I'm like, were you not loved by your mom when you were small?
No, some people just do it for the plot, because, like, why does she really mean it, or can they actually get into her head and prove her wrong?
That is when I see sometimes. That's when I see when a guy sees a woman that's waving red flags. She's waving the red flags, and you're still approaching her, or you're still engaging in her. I'm like, you're still even entertaining the conversation of marriage.
I mean, imagine saying men going to meet women waving red flags. Prostitutes are red flags.
No, hold on. For what?
Like, some men will say they only enjoy having sex raw. So why are you chasing a prostitute when you don't plan to have protected sex?
In that context,
They're chasing death. Like,
it's like, I get to, like, they look at the bull and they want to go head to horns with the bull.
Exactly.
So yeah, in that context,
So,
no,
like,
I'm just like, okay, and then, okay, shall I continue?
what other red flag can I analogize?
So if I say a red flag is, like, in my opinion, something like,
Character.
no, I would say it's like more like over drinking. When you say a lady who drinks anyhow, or who is over drinking, is like, I'm sorry. In my opinion, that is a red flag.
What demons is she, or are she? What demons
There's nothing just that one. It's not one. Okay, so is that
is she trying to escape?
to be very honest, the female body is more complex than the male body, by far. Their body goes through different cycles in 30
Yes.
days, and then when you're injecting all these
They
substances
say there are 4 different people in a month.
for
Some people say women are 4 different people in a month. Like
It's a
they are
possibility
different
now.
every week.
It's possible. So it's very, very possible. And then you're injecting some substances that me as a man, I don't even use those substances or tell some people abuse them. But you abuse them and you think it doesn't have consequences. So it's just like I said, so I try to avoid women's talk. I just feel like I should focus on women that I want rather than women that I don't want. So and I've been talking to more feminine women these days, and the difference is clear.
And truth about life is, you mostly see what you're looking for.
Ah, so I'm sorry. Which further gave me this point of this is why I say instead of guys looking for red flags, look for green flags because when you focus on green flags as a man, what you notice is you get to notice the things that you want, not what you don't want. And by
It's easier to cross your checklist.
and